it's obviously we enjoy joking about this, and I actually do think it's a huge risk that you're taking as Damwon Kia. Let's flip it around and see what does this mean. Because if you get, I think the Jhin or the Leona should be banned here, because I think giving that over to Barrel and Ghost is a bit of a risk. There we go. Even into the Thresh, I think it is still something very spooky. Honestly, lock in the... Okay.
That's a tree. That's a tree.
Okay, I like that. I think that's good. I think you still have the Akali available. You can get the counter pick for Showmaker. As long as Showmaker gets a champion with agency that gets prior in the mid lane, you are just gonna have to rely on Ghost and Barrel to use this Jhin Maokai combination to stay alive, stay safe, and then absolutely demolish the top side. Right? You cannot lose bot side again. If that happens, Ghost and Barrel, then I don't know.
Does this bottom lane ever do... I feel like this... If it's Jhin Maokai actually on the bottom side of the map, that's going to be...
Oh, they should be fine.
I mean, I guess. I don't know whether you're just going to allow the Aphelios to freely...
Oh, he just skills. But like, I think the Jhin is a fine pick. It outranges the Aphelios.
Yep.
The Maokai makes it really hard to go for aggressive plays. And it is again a situation...
Whoa, okay, Peanut Lee Sin.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, I think the Gwen is really, really strong into the Renekton. If you fob... Oh, that would be great. I like that. That makes me very happy. Yeah, I think the setup is not amazing for the top side, as that makes a little bit more sense. Can still flex that, but giving that to Khan I think is good. I think that the Viego actually does have a decent matchup, because it's one of the very few champions that has as much sustain as the Gwen. I think the all-in power is better for the Gwen, but the longer trades are better for the Viego, as long as you play around that ultimate. And I think you do want to, yeah, with the Ignite, surely. Is it going to be just Ignite? Yeah, okay. This makes way more sense, because I think that the Viego into the
Teleport Ignite Viego?
Yeah,
is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
we're equalizing the Ignite power of the top side of the map, much like Akali's like to do in the matchup against Gwen.
Yeah, he's playing into... And as Damwon Kia, like, you either stomp this game or you lose, right? So you might as well go for Ignite. Just go for the kill pressure. And I do actually think that, as Khan, your laning performance was not the problem. And I think that this is Khan saying, I am confident that I can stomp Rich now that I have Ignite, because you know he's going Ignite, right?
Yep.
I can maintain the pressure, but this draft from Nongshim, I think it is amazing. It has a really nice damage spread. It has Dokdam and Kelling on the most comfortable champions. And considering how last game went, I think this is going to be a tough one for Damwon Kia. But if they win, we'll know in the first 10 minutes. This comp skills, or rather, snowballs exceptionally well.
Yeah, I feel like we are in kind of the league of Snowball at the moment, as the meta does certainly feel like it's dictated by the early plays. And, I mean, if you go by that logic, Damwon Kia do have a composition that can snowball. Whether they will is going to be the big question as we hop onto the rift for game number 3. Nongshim once again on our blue side. And once again, it's Yone Thresh on the bottom side of the map alongside the Aphelios. Whether it's Thresh or Yone, you only ever really find out when he throws the first hook and has a ranged auto attack, I guess.
In different voice lines.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just a moron. We're not sure.
I don't think you are.
Oh, thanks, mate. Maybe just when it comes to identifying champions based on skin choices.
I think with this specific champion, you definitely have a bit of a blind spot. But we all have blind spots, you know?
I wish that during the game I could just do polls in chat to try and work out whether or not I'm stupid for thinking certain things. I've always wanted that.
I thought you were going to frame them more positively. It's like, what are the blind spots of other people, as opposed to tearing yourself down? You don't have to
that's
do that.
what I want. That's what I want, because I have a tendency to potentially be arrogant. So I like to keep that down
preemptively.
Yeah, as often as possible. And so far, very good at that. As Nongshim, they are going to be starting on the top side of the map. As far as the jungle is concerned, both of our junglers, in fact, going to be starting blue buffs. As Showmaker going to wander in. Ooh, like ships in the night. Gets that ward down, so they will know when Peanut heads towards his chickens. And Showmaker's going to be able to grab all that CS. That was very satisfying. And let's see how this bottom lane's going to go, as Ghost is using his own skin. This is fantastic, unlike MSI Beryl, who decided that he didn't want to use his Leona skin. which is actually just a great skin. I don't know, man. It's frustrating. Ghost is, though, going to do it, so that's good.
And due to the leash, Dr. McCallan earlier to the lane have a prio on that level 2. I think Baron Ghost really need to respect here.
That is his skin, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Just for a second there, I was like,
just to be sure. I didn't check out whether Canyon also went for his own one.
Ooh, I didn't see that either.
So that's still a bit of a question, but what we see here is possible bounce available for Khan if he can get the wave to bounce and they can gank the fleshless top side Gwen, get an early lead for Khan, then he can snowball that matchup with the Ignite that he does have available.
Yep, the win rate for the... Okay, so it was Khan, the only winner on the Renekton. So at least Damwon Kia have managed to find a victory on this particular champion. However, Renekton not going very well here in the LCK. Still banned almost every game. But when, you know, teams do get the Renekton, it just doesn't do very well at all. Nidalee Renekton 0-6. So there we go. It bodes well for Damwon Kia, doesn't it? Really does.
He has his own skin.
He does have his own skin.
Yeah, my cries of anguish make a lot more sense. However, this is Canyon playing in Italy.
True.
And that in of itself provides us with a little bit of solace and a little bit of peace in these worrying times where Damwon Kia clearly wants to go aggressively. Showmaker, if he can land that CC. This is the reason why you play this combo.
Right. Showmaker wanting this wave to move a little bit further forward, thinning it out for now, but should be able to get that shove, but looks like Canyon doesn't want to waste any more time. As it was an even trade when it came to the Rift Scuttles, as Gori actually starts his aggression at exactly the right time, despite not having vision on Canyon. Still, just chunking Showmaker where he can.
And now the bounce has come through, but it will be a while before you actually see Canyon towards the top side again. Khan just gonna have to survive here. I don't think any dive is gonna come through, but with a wave this big, you can't really trade. Yeah, and that bot side engage, I don't think it is very, very strong here. So it's just gonna go back to Canyon rather, going for more clearing. Peanut, meanwhile, looking for a play in the mid lane.
Yeah. Just going to trade some positions here as Peanut turns up, just wandering towards Gori. That's the flash out from Showmaker, avoids the chain. And that is going to be a successful gank from Peanut on the outset. Things starting quite well here for Nongshim. Khan tidying up his wave, Rich going to get himself a forward back. He's about a wave ahead right now, but I think after this mini wave is taken down by Khan, he should be absolutely fine. Showmaker wandering towards Gori yet again. No mana on the LeBlanc, which is why you saw the half-health Crocodile walking at the LeBlanc.
Canyon, he's hunting a little bit. He is ahead in terms of CS. Not by a lot, but he's up a single camp. And Nidalee, of course, going to clear a little bit faster already, but it's going to get even better as we get further into the game when the lead's in. His skirmishing power will still be absurdly strong, but when it comes to just power clearing, then Nidalee definitely... kind of in her own league, one of the reasons why she was one of the originators of this farm meta, together with the Graves, which we all remember from 2020 Worlds.
Indeed.
It was a good time for Damwon Kia. Times recently have been a little bit more rough, of course, and as we already saw, this Renekton in the league composition has not done well. And if Damwon Kia can't make it work, Showmaker and Canyon, I think by many considered two of the strongest players we have at the moment in the LCK, is... Whoa,
grazed his backside there a little bit, as the hook does go slightly wide. Just needed one extra link, I believe, as Graviton not going to get any stuns out here onto Beryl, as we can see, is Canyon. Going to move on down, look to bully Peanut away, and does manage to lock down the Rift Scuttler. There's a decent stun there from Showmaker. That's a bit of Q damage, but otherwise Gori's going to be absolutely fine. Electrocuting the Crocodile, that should be super effective, I think, given that he is an aquatic-based animal.
Canyon just visiting. Yeah, I'd agree. I think that generally Crocodile's not a big fan of the old lightning. Ooh. Canyon again.
Yeah, there's the stun onto Gori. Spear is just going to hit a minion. Not quite in range is good old Canyon, but some decent pressure out from Showmaker. We have to remember back to their match against Gen G. The match that Gen G probably looked like they had the highest hope of winning, but Damwon Kia playing out their Renekton composition in the late game very, very well. So interesting to see whether they can have a repeat performance of that, even though we've been a few patches since then.
And it's the bot and the top lane that are actually losing out greatly. Rich having a really good laning phase early on. I do think the Gwen is the stronger of the two in terms of raw laning power. I think that Khan, once he gets his first item, is going to feel a lot better again, although the all-in is still not going to be favorable. And then late game, Gwen is basically unduelable, basically AP Jax at this point. Yeah. If only Jax was good, which he's not. I know, unfortunately. It's actually Showmaker and Canyon that are single-handedly keeping the gold relevant here and are giving a negligible gold lead here to Damwon, but I want to see those objectives come through. That's the main thing, because Damwon Kia, you can go into the mid-game on even footing on this comp, but I would really rather not see that. I want to see you go and look for skirmishes. Try to drag out some fights. Go for those heralds, go for those dragons, but Cryo has been found on the rotation here. Everyone making their way towards the herald.
Yep. So we will have that fight. That you were looking for right now, health advantage for the Gwen. It's Peanut going to get in here. Sapling spots the fact that this herald is being taken. The Severum's going to run down. We'll see what Dr. has available next, and of course it's Calibrum. Calibrum Crescendum, pretty good combo for this sort of skirmish, but maybe more suited towards the later stage of the game as Showmaker's going to get chained up. Has to slice, but he's still going to get stunned. Now the Dominus comes in as Gori could be in trouble. Beryl gets in amongst everyone. The Bramble Smash is huge onto 4 members. He's still going to die though because the follow-up is just not there. As Rich is tanking up the Rift Herald, Khan at half health, wanting to get through to find some of these resets, but he's not quite able to. Canyon's not going to be able to find the Flash Smite either. It's a disaster for Damwon Kia right now as Canyon just gets chopped up. And Khan is going to try and go invisible and walk out of here. Does so successfully, but they really botched that one.
I don't know what to tell you. The Renekton in Italy, not a good setup. Don't instantly blow up a single target. The follow-up fight also not great. Khan not really finding an opening, and if you get resets, maybe you win this. If you get a Renekton stun combined with an Italy jump, maybe you win this, but instead you lose the Rift Herald, you lose the early game gold lead, and with this composition, I think that's pretty much it. Like, it's not a death sentence just yet, but it's getting pretty close. Shaymaker doesn't actually able. I think that he thought he was going to cancel it, and then it's the flash engage from Beryl. And if you have flash here as Beryl, you're fine. You flash over this wall, and you should be okay. Gori, really, really low. Canyon doesn't actually hit a spear there, and can't go in to look for the resets. Now the Dominus has already timed out. Canyon goes in and tries to flash for the Herald and doesn't actually find it. And then you're just flashed forward into a Gwen. It's the easiest pickup of his life for Rich. Yeah. And Damwon Kia honestly just crumbling here in the early game. And if they get a Drake, if they're able to find some individual picks, they might be fine. But a kill on Gwen and Aphelios this early on?
Yeah, it's a disaster. It's really not working out here. As Ghost's going to make his way back down this lane. Noonquiver done for Doctarm. Heading towards what looks like a shield bow as that mythic item. And it's well and truly on the way here for Doctarm. As wants to grab some plates here as well, but not going to quite get them. So Ghost is able to lock this one down. Rift Herald, though, will be able to guarantee a bunch of extra money here for Nongshim, and this is exactly where their bread is buttered, so you can understand why this is where the investment comes through. So, yep, Beryl throws out an ulti, but that's just more for fun by the looks.
Yeah, I want to make sure that they can't use the pressure that the Lee Sin provides there to go in aggressively, you know, try and look for that final play, get the first turret bot, because that would make a dire situation even worse.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel great, and we see the Scuttler being taken, which means Canyon can't look for any pressure. Gori is getting through this laning phase just fine, and his utility in the mid to late game is going to be way better. Khan losing topside, it's just all around looking really rough for Damwon Kia, and this comp is all about the burst. It's all about finding a target, blowing them up, picking someone off, and then going from there, right? Like, then you can get the resets in on your Viego. Then you can look for more picks with the Dominus, but if you don't get to that initial pick-off, if Nongshim just group and you don't find anything to team fight.
Yeah, Rich just going to try and chop up Khan here. The Ignite does go down. Khan still has his as Peanut's going to turn up, kick into the wall there as, oh my goodness, Khan just dies as an afterthought, and Canyon trying to pounce his way out, but he's not going to get too far as Kellen's going to be able to lock down that kill. Nongshim just continuing this snowball.
And it's a roam from Kellen at the right place at the right time. Again, the fresh.
Yeah,
right, like it enables so much, and of course, it's not just the fresh, right? It could have been a Leona, it could have been a Nautilus. Like the champion is not the point, but it's yet again Damwon after a game number 2 kind of hamstringing themselves, and then the draft doesn't work out, and now Nongshim is just snowballing. They're getting the first turret blood.
Ghost is just going to get soloed. Does have flash. Cleanse is available too. His barrel's going to come down. It's not the Christmas that I was thinking about. As yeah. At least now, Ghost is going to be okay. 2 versus 1 here, but Kellen's going to turn up.
It's so well played by Nongshim. Like they're reading Damwon like a book. Khan.
Yeah, Heartbreaker comes on in here as Khan's looking to try and win this one out. Rich is, of course, Gwen, and that should be good, but Peanut turns up and says no to Khan. His former teammate absolutely obliterated.
Now they're just flipping it, right? Like they're looking for these high-risk plays. That's the look of a tilted man, trying to go in for the 1v1 without any vision on the opponent jungler. Ghost and Barrow getting bullied. I don't even know if we can see Canyon go. Look, he can't even go for Drake because Kellen is roaming.
Yeah, it's just not a lot of good news here. But we said this, right? Like, I feel like, you know, where are we approaching? We're getting towards 15 minutes into this game. We said that the game's likely to be decided around the 20-minute mark, right? And so far, the Nongshim snowball is just ludicrous, and it only gets better from here for Nongshim as well.
Nongshim doesn't even need a snowball. That's the ludicrous part.
Yeah, exactly. As that's a flash hook, Canyon's going to have to flash away from it. Does do so, trades his flash for the Drake. So you'll probably take that as Damwon. As wanting to stack these up as quickly as possible.
We have seen Damwon win these, but I don't feel like it's the same Damwon.
No, it doesn't feel like it, right?
It's
but it's also not the same Renekton. Like, Renekton's way worse than he was. You know, should be able to get stuff done, I guess, when a few items come in, but like, it's just doesn't feel the same, right?
Just let this be the lesson. No more Renekton in Italy.
Yeah, we don't even really need to ban him so much anymore either.
I don't agree with seeing a champion and seeing him have a low win rate and be like the champion is bad. But if on a long enough timeline we see that the champion, it has no pressure, this combination has been picked, it's 0-6, looking like it's going to go 0-7.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, teams surely got to realize, okay, we can't keep doing this anymore, and it's this kind of insistence on no, this still works, that is holding the LCK back, right? Like, we've seen this combo fail so many times on this patch. It feels like there's so many more options to go into. And we know Damwon is good enough to play them as well.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the frustrating part.
Yeah, it's an odd choice.
It's hard.
Yeah, as Peanut should be able to take Shirley down by himself. Rich is also shoving in towards this top side. He has a 30 CS advantage. Ghost is ahead in farm. Showmaker is ahead in farm. Nongshim is way ahead in gold. And just in general. In this game, as Peanut is going to make his way up.
빼면서
Cold for the bait. Love it.
나이스.
Peanut's feeling the
아래쪽일만 해. 니달리 위치 아예 체크 못해 지금.
들어가세요.
나이스. 니달리 위치 한 번만 체크해줘. 아래쪽일만 해.
I like that. Rich saying thank you to his jungler as he was just helped out at exactly the right time.
God, this cool bleed. Because we haven't really talked about it, but it's
close to 6,000 now.
It's 5.5k.
Every lane is winning.
16 minutes.
Gwen is up 2.6k at 16 minutes into the game. If that's not a horrible sign, I don't know what is. If you are, in fact, a Damwon fan. If you're a Nongshim fan, oh, this is real good.
Oh yeah,
this
you are happy.
You're all you are thinking about is, please don't throw. But at this point, they're going to have to lose a few fights, I think, before this one gets out of the way.
It's actually a hard one to throw as well, because if you look at what Damwon game plan is, it's find someone and blow them up. But the moment you group, that basically becomes impossible. LeBlanc is incredibly slippery. Gwen is self-explanatory. Just a hallowed mist means that it's really hard to get on her. I don't even know if this is gonna work. That might be a good shutdown though, and this is a opening.
It is 4 versus 1. So there we go. Beryl's gonna flash for it to start this one off. He's got some brambles, as Rich is surviving for a very long time. Maybe they did indeed need 4 people, as Beryl's also gonna have to break his stopwatch. Chains connect, but Gory is gonna get back. Good spear connects there from Canyon. And Ghost is looking to try and hold on to this mid lane. Good stun there from Damwon, but Ghost just going to clear the wave. No harm, no foul. So, Damwon here, they do manage to get their first kill of the game, and they do, you know, keep things in order. They don't lose too much for it, as Showmaker is just going to get popped on there by Gory. He's also going to find a spear. Okay, goodbye. That spear connects, and Gory just, as our friend Valdez would say, a little bit close to the sun.
It's something.
Shirley gets confused.
What?
Oh, that
the
was
180!
cool. The reverse kill. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. That was kind of awesome. That was kind of awesome.
Damn.
That was the fadeaway. It was the fake out, you know? I thought that maybe she was like, oh, I'm just going to charge this dead turret.
Yeah, I was like, I was ready to make a joke about it. Like, oh man, that's a shame, you know, you
right.
charge, you get, no. Shirley's like, I got you. I got your back.
Shirley smarter than we thought.
And her own back as Nongshim.
Yeah, Peanut in a little bit of trouble here as Heartbreaker comes down, kick goes through and gone all the way over the wall.
Yeah, still
Peanut
though,
will be just fine.
these are signs of life from Damwon, and signs of life from Damwon I think will always be terrifying. And as long as Nongshim, if you don't get baited into, okay, now we're gonna run in 1 by 1, we're gonna get continuously cut in the side lane, you should be fine. Also, as you pointed out, it feels ludicrous that they need to use 4 people, 3 ultimates, to kill a Gwen. But it is Gwen, and it is a fed Gwen.
I mean, it's also Beryl's flash and stopwatch.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Like it's everything.
Yeah.
No.
This is really
Got him. We're going to fight around the Drake in the meantime. As Nongshim has started it up, right into the back of the pit. That is going to be locked down there by Peanut. It's going to stop the onslaught of dragons. We do have Ocean Soul in our hands. A team fight potentially as well as Khan. Going to be taken down. Rip desperately wants to get over that wall, but he's not actually going to go. As Damwon Kia setting up for a bit of a trap here. Moonlight Vigil connects onto Ghost. It's grabbing him as well, but Ghost does have the cleanse. As Kellen's the one that checks the brush. Costs half of his health bar as now the curtain call comes on in. Gory looking for a bit of damage here as now Doctor might be out of position. Kellen nowhere near him, but the fight is actually on Peanut as maybe they said something personal in chat. I'm not entirely sure, but that is going to cost Damwon Kia a lot. They are now backed underneath this turret. It's just Showmaker, Nongshim. Yeah, these team fights not looking too close.
If you're on even footing this game, you're fine. You didn't even have to like snowball the early game as Damwon Kia to win this one. You just had to be even. But they're not even. They're so far behind, and what looks like a nicely set up bait initially where they collapse on top of Dogdom and Peanut, just through the sheer gauntlet means that no, you're not collapsing on them. Like, you're not killing them. If you're not killing them, you're not doing anything. And then we now have the Baron getting taken. This composition from Damwon Kia is nowhere near has the tools to actually get consistent pressure going. They do know that Gory is here, and that might be a kill, and that's nice, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, and does Gory die here? I mean, he goes over every wall.
No, I guess
after a
not.
couple of seconds, I think it's just fine. Beryl sees him, but and is just going to walk away. So let's have a look at this one more time.
Even if you get this Drake, it's not really worth it, right? Like, they use everything defensively. Gwen takes no damage thanks to Hallowed Mist. And Khan dying here, I think, is still playable. Really nice size up from Ghost. I think he plays this as well as she possibly could have. Really nicely timed to cleanse as well. And this is where you think, maybe this is salvageable. We have the curtain call. We can collapse on top of Doctom here, but this is a fat Aphelios with both summoners. To get hit by that spear might work out. Instead, Peanut keeps them busy, kicks away Canyon. The Doctom can just go for the 1v1 underneath the turret. And there's nothing you can do here. If you're uneven, like I said, if you have the items, you can probably kill 1-2 people there. Maybe you do get the Drake. Maybe you can somehow try to finesse your way into a team fight. But instead, Damwon Kia, 7.5k gold behind. And Nongshim deserves it.
Absolutely. I think they drafted very, very well. And I think that they've played this early stage extraordinarily well. And I love it when a team plays towards their win conditions. And I also love it when a team plays against their opponent's win conditions as well. And Damwon just haven't been let into this game. They haven't been allowed to do the things that allow them to win, and they have narrow win conditions with this composition. Very face up with how they want to play the game, and Nongshim have just played against it, and it's really beautiful to see. As, yep, Baron now taken, and yeah, we got some big old gaps when it comes to the experience.
Oh god, that was a spear with Night Harvester proc, and Peanut just safeguarded, and it did basically no damage. So if you needed more intel on the state of this game, which you shouldn't.
No.
There you got it.
Well, Nongshim now just trying to tidy up their side lanes. Dr. getting to work here on the bot inhibitor turret. Khan wrapping around looking for a potential engage as he is spotted by the minions. And Gori, they're not going to be able to engage onto him. As, yep, Shomik is going to be able to grab himself a stun here though, and the flash does come out. So I tell a lie, I guess, as Canyon's just going to say thanks for the movement. Peanut can take this lantern if he wants to, but he's probably not going to, as now everyone is able to collapse on the members of Nongshim one after the other. And if Damwon win a fight, this is how they do it. Hook is going to connect, though, onto Khan, who just gets himself out with his ultimate. And the curtain call comes on in to deter Nongshim from going any further. So it's not exactly a one-team fight. However, it is a singular pick onto Gori successfully here for Damwon, and they do buy themselves some extra time. That was probably one of the worst caster curses I've ever thrown out.
I shouldn't say it, but it doesn't even matter. Like, it's one kill. It doesn't even matter. It's one kill, Atlas. And it's nice that you get the kill, but you see Showmaker has to invest his flash. Yes, Gori is a high-profile target. And this ultimate is amazing here, but the fact that Gwan can just single-handedly keep 3 people busy, forces out the stopwatch from Ridge, but Ridge doesn't really care. Khan, as mentioned, has to immediately use his ultimate just to get away, and if you maybe get a spear hit there coming from the fog, if you actually find someone with a curtain call, then you might be okay, but everything from Damwon just kind of says, we're so close, but then when everything is so close, but everything actually flips the other way, it doesn't actually get that much done, and we still see the glimpses of old Damwon. We see that this team knows how to fight. They know how to find targets. They know how to punish overextensions. If only they will just stop making it so difficult for themselves. It feels like Damwon right now are just getting in their own way, and Nongshim are capitalizing beautifully.
They really are. Rich gonna spot Canyon, and Canyon is just gonna say thanks for help on the Gromp camp. So it's a successful steal. We can say that's a positive here for Damwon. As,
is that how far the game has?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm looking. I'm desperately looking for ways to talk positively right now because it's difficult. 8,000 gold to lead at 25 minutes is huge. Canyon does have a Void Staff, but the items are coming in so slowly. Lord Dominic's the second one for Ghost. As Gori just pushing up the bottom side. Pressure is everywhere. Rich spotted on a ward, I believe. Barrel's desperately looking for a way to get in and get any sort of vision down.
If you kill, you kill Dr. Might be a way, maybe.
Yeah, well, Spear is going to miss. As, okay, Deadly Flourish does a little bit. Damwon Kia, I mean, if they do manage to get all of the picks working out in conjunction with one another onto priority targets, maybe it's going to be okay, but it just feels like the wallets are so heavy on Nongshim's side. If we have a look down at the items, you've got the split pushing duo here for Rich. Does have the Nashers and the Riftmaker. That Zhonya's will be coming in very soon, so the broken stopwatch is going to be repaired theoretically, or at least turned into much older technology that works just as well. Is a stopwatch or a sundial? Because if it was a sundial, I guess that's older technology than an hourglass. Kind of looks a little bit sundial-y. Maybe it is a sundial.
No, it's an actual stopwatch. You can see this on the picture.
Could you potentially have a stopwatch though that is a sundial and uses sundial technology?
I don't see why you couldn't.
Because if
both.
you upgrade a stopwatch and it becomes an hourglass, then you're regressing in technology.
But where do you put the stopwatch? The stopwatch goes in your pocket. If it has a sundial capability, then there's like something pointy. I guess
but
you can like
it doesn't need to operate as a stopwatch in your pocket though. It only needs to do that when you pull it out.
And I guess you can have like a spring mechanism where like the sun part of it pops up. I guess it can work. Sure. You know what? I guess you do regress when you upgrade
a stopwatch and an hourglass do the same thing, which is to count down a certain amount of time, and a sundial is to tell the time of day. So you could only do it in like movement of the sun, and that doesn't really work as a stopwatch, does it? So I don't know.
In a way it does. You can, I mean, not very accurately, but it's usable.
This is probably one of the dumbest conversations we've had on
you
broadcast
started
thus
this,
far.
okay.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just following your lead, and I don't. I'm happy you throw me this this lifeline, because the state of this game for Damwon Kia is just horrible. And
I think actually the Renekton pick really did affect our brains.
Yeah.
I think
I have not been okay since I saw Renekton. I called it as well. That's what really gets me. Is like, yeah, I saw it coming. You know, like, imagine what if instead of picking picks here, like picking away the fresh, they pick the Renekton, and then they do it, and then they pick the Aphidas fresh, and everything is terrible except Nongshim's play. I think that they show here today.
I mean, Nongshim have played very well.
They are actually, and like, yes, Damwon Kia, I think, have hamstrung themselves, and they show moments, but as a whole, Rich having 2 amazing games, actually living up, right, to the faith that his team puts in him. Peanut, none of his flippiness, going for consistent plays. His rumble play was beautiful. His lead play, W4, has been all around the map. Really good pressure.
Oh, well, cast curse potential. No. Safeguard gets
easily,
it. It'll be okay.
And Dotnam and Callan are like, wait, you're giving these picks to us again? Are you for real?
I think that's a real interesting one as Showmaker comes on over, looks for Gori, does find a decent amount of damage. Trade back not too bad, and the Lantern is going to be there, so the LeBlanc going to be absolutely fine. So that spear looked like it went through the body of Kellen, but didn't actually do any damage.
I don't want to entertain this notion, because it should not happen. But with the Drake being picked up by Damwon Kia, there is the possibility that they can stall this out for like 5-6 more minutes at the very least. Because that will be the time before Ocean Soul will become relevant on the map. And at that point, I think you can have an extra item on Khan. I think Canyon is going to maybe be able to pick up, looking like he wants to go for Zonias. Don't know if he wants to go into Death Cap, but that's definitely not attainable. Showmaker, not really going to pick up anything that's going to make him considerably stronger, but he's level 16. I think he's, together with Grant, the highest level in the game, so that's something, right? But it's, you just have to bait. You have to like try and bait them into weird positions, and the vision from Nongshim defensively is super good. We don't see them make any mistakes, and I think that's a really big difference with Nongshim last split.
Yeah. I think Nongshim, I mean, this gold lead hasn't extended over the last 7 minutes, but it also didn't have to. And so it's a frustrating game to talk about, right? Because you want to be saying, oh, Nongshim, you should win this faster. But the longer the game goes, the more winning they can do anyway. So I don't think there's that much pressure on them.
I don't think you need to, but I also think there is, like, you have the capability with the current game state to put way more pressure on us, Nongshim. And I think them not doing that in of itself doesn't lose them the game, but it is risky.
Oh, Canyon going to be found here by Rich. Backup going to be here as the teleport through from Gori. Okay, ult comes out from Beryl. It's pretty defensive as Khan's going to have to go golden. Decent deadly flourish right there as Showmaker gets himself in. He gets out as well as Moonlight Vigil does a bit of work. But this is going to buy space for this dragon to be taken. Showmaker pretty low. Gori doesn't quite find the chains there as Beryl gets the Bramble Smash. Gets rid of Peanut for the moment. Sonic Wave not going to be resonating just yet, as that's a teleport, and that's a lot of Damwon Kia members, as immediately Rich is going to go golden as he comes on in. Hook is beautiful from Kellen. The Showmaker is going to get out for now. As I say it, Gori's going to be able to finish him off. And that might be the pick that Nongshim were looking for to break this bottom side of the base. Take down this inhibitor, grab the mid inhibitor, grab a Baron and win the game. We'll see whether that's the line that they're thinking.
Damwon Kia, it's so risky. You don't have to contest for that Drake. They clearly disagree and try and force in.
Did you see Khan's mist that he put down? It looked like an off button. Do you think he's trying to tell us anything? Maybe he wants out.
I would understand that if I'd been in this game for 31 minutes. It's understandable, and
okay, might be a pick for Nongshim as Khan's dead. Canyon next on the menus, he gets smoked, but they're not going to bite off more than they can chew as Beryl's just delivered into the Baron pit. That was so well played from Peanut, using Beryl's own mechanics against him, forcing that flash out. But Damwon Kia, they still want more. Okay, Sonic Wave gonna land onto the canyon, but he does make it out of there. Nongshim just waiting for Damwon Kia to step any further forward so that they can punish.
Peanuts built full armor, and these spears are doing nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's a big old flash forward, that's a close range Moonlight Vigil. Rich is going to explode the Maokai as Canyon's going to get taken down by Doctom. He's got Crescendum and Calibrum. Of course, he's able to eliminate the Kitty Cat. And Nongshim say that, well, Baron might just be a waste of time for us, as we've got 3 dead, and we're looking to try and grab these Nexus turrets.
And Damwon Kia are about to fall here, Atlas. They need an absolute miracle. I don't think they have the money. I don't think they have the items.
Yep, I don't think that they've got this game, Chronicler. I think that these Nexus turrets are like paper. The Nexus will follow suit, and Nongshim outdraft and outplay Damwon Kia in the last 2 games, and they will pick up the victory over our world champion.